Hey everyone, today is demo day, and we've been working with Tony and Abby this week on a new way to use agent networks. And so now, when you go to the playground and you check the model settings, you have access to these three ways to chat with your agent, and one is network. So when you select this one, you will switch to network mode. And if we check the configuration of our agent, we see that it has memory enabled. We see that it has a workflow, but we also see that it has an agent, attached to it. So in this specific situation, it means that the Chef Network agent is able to ask for something to the weather agent. So let me show you how it works in the UI today. Oop, I'm copying a prompt that I have. Find me the weather in NYC, then call the recipe maker with pizza. And as you can see on the screen, it has called the weather agent to get some information about the weather. And then it has triggered a workflow directly inside this agent. So we have access to the weather here. We know about why has this agent been called. So you can see the metadata, selection reason, and the output. You see the tool that is attached to this specific agent. So you have access to the input, enter results here, and then it triggers a workflow, almost like it does in a regular Stream VNX thing. But Tony's most suited to talk about this one.
So the interesting here that you see being rendered is that while it's executing a workflow, that shows up as its own badge here, and then we render the workflow as it was like a regular agent calling it. Nothing super impressive there. However, if you look at the agent, you can see that the tool is nested there. So there's like an additional level of nesting happening here. And the cool thing with the new streaming format that we have, like our own protocol for streaming, is that we could, theoretically speaking at least, implement like any level of nesting, like an infinite level of nesting of different information. So like you could have the agent network calling a workflow that calls an agent that again calls a workflow that again calls an agent up to whatever depth, and we would get all those events and we can decide what we want to do with those events. So that gives us a lot of power in terms of how to act on the information and what information to display on the screen here. And as Martin already mentioned before, the agents are now attached to this agent itself. So instead of having a new primitive for agent network like we had previously, or like a primitive of its own, now it's just a method on the agent that we call whenever you switch the model settings to the network mode. And yeah, that's pretty much what there's to it.